Hello everybody and welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm with me, CWATTYESO, here in Farming Simulator 19. It's the start of a new day, bright and early start to the day. I just need to take care of the horrible no more space for eggs at the chickens. We'll get them shifted and sold not too far away. We've got that done. How's the sheep looking? Wool looking okay. I don't know how the animals are doing actually, food wise. Pigs could do with some pig food. We have got some in the main farm silo, and I am cooking up my next batch. I've got my next batch here, look, cooking. I bought myself a new JCB, which I put in the green and yellow colour scheme because obviously we tend to have green and yellow vehicles down here on the main farm. This is where we keep all our John Deere equipment and that. So that's good, that's all there. Right, just had a quick flash on the map. I see field 3 is ready to harvest, which is barley. Field 16, oh, the cotton is nearly ready to harvest, but not quite. Oh, that's a bit of a pain in the bum. Another thing I've managed to do as well, off camera since the last episode, I did say I was going to edit the map, and I have edited the map. So there's a few more places now that buy stuff like eggs, a few more places that buy milk, there's a few more places that buy water, a few more places that buy TMR. We now have places that buy our digestate and pig food, so we can sell stuff like that. There are also places that will buy seed and fertiliser, which we can produce. There is another production mod that's been released, which I have installed today, which allows you to make your own fuel, your own diesel. But as there isn't anywhere on the map to sell that, I haven't installed it. What I have done, if I run over quickly in this direction, to where we had our seed and fertiliser plants previously, I've now added the hay in grass. Hay in... Do you know what? I think I've made a boo-boo. I think I've just doubled up on one of them. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Got my fertiliser, and you see we've now got signs that are in English on some of these. Yeah, I've doubled up. Look, hay in grass. Right, I can replace that then. We've got the total mixed ration one. Hay, straw and silage goes in. I've added that now. We've got silage. The silage production one. We've got the fertiliser and seed, so I need to sell this one then. That's not too difficult to do, I don't think. And I could replace it. If I can find it, that is. Where is it? It'll be hiding in here somewhere. Nope, it's not that one. Must be that one. So, you know what? We'll sell that one. What we'll then do is we will buy the fuel one then. And then I've got all of them. That one, isn't it? Nice and small, this one. So we've got. So unfortunately, that one obviously doesn't have a English translated sign yet, as it's only come out today, and it'll need another author to go and make an English sign that matches the ones we've already got. But basically, this station, you put in oilseed rape, or canola as it's called in this game. You put that in here, and over here you can get out diesel and pig food. Yeah, for some reason it makes pig food out of oilseed rape. I kind of wish it was more like the station here, where you have to put in maybe corn, wheat, soybeans and potatoes to get your pig food. But hey, everybody has their own way of doing things. Right, so we need to get a harvester, because we need to harvest the barley on field 3. We also need to just come back to my Fenton, because I've bought another cultivator. Because obviously, having done Helgetus's oat contract here on field 4 and 6, we need to kind of step up our game a bit now. We need to get this cultivated, then get it fertilised, then get it seeded. So I'm going to let Courseplay have a bit of a play on this one. 6 headland. Yeah, we're going to do 6 passes. That tends to work quite well on this field. I would say smooth. 1.2. We'll make it 16.2. We've got a bit of an overlappy bit. Yep. And we'll let the big new Fenton Tri-6 do this job for me. It's going to hit that tree. Drop it down. We'll choose first waypoint. Drive course. Mr. Fenton Tri-6 man, you can go do that for me. And that, of course, is Helper Helgi, who unfortunately has sadly drawn the short straw again, and is a woman. I'm sorry, Helgi. Helgi, you're not getting much luck, are you? Every time we get a Helgi worker on the farm, you're always a woman. I think the game's trying to say something about you, Helgetus. That's awkward. One day you'll probably be a man. You may be a man one day. Anyway, we'll let this guy keep trundling around doing what he's got to do. I need my John Deere. With the, obviously, as we're doing barley. Hold this thing. Right, and I'll go down and I'll do it myself, because you know I'm absolutely amazing and awesome at harvesting myself. I don't tend to miss bits like the Also, the guidance steering mods had an update today. You can now, by pressing Alt and C, turn off the lines quickly and easily if you don't want to use GPS. If you don't want to use GPS now, Alt C, after installing the new update, you can turn the lines off. So like when you're doing some jobs where you don't need the lines visible all the time on the screen, it's a quick way of doing it. You don't have to go into the menu and turn them off. You can toggle it on and off now quite quickly with a key press. I'll probably get that added to my Naga mouse at some point in time. Right. Field 3 wants harvesting of barley. So yeah, I could take the barley then and put it in the seed maker. Oh yeah. And then we could take the seeds and sell the seeds, which will probably make more money than the barley. I think we can sell, I've got it so that I can sell seeds at both the ports, and same with fertiliser. I think I can sell that at both the ports, possibly even one of the 2 trading station sell points. I think I've enabled it. Obviously I may need to add some diesel now to some of the sell points as well, where I can sell diesel. It's a shame there ain't sell triggers at the fuel stations on the map that Stevie's put in, so I could actually go and deliver like diesel to the fuel stations. That would be awesome if I could deliver diesel, make my own diesel, biodiesel, and then take it and sell it to the petrol stations, the fuel stations on the map. Hey, there's something. There's an improvement for the 4X map, Stevie. Now we're getting additional fruit and fill types on the maps. I did have a look. I did download another map last night, and I was having a look at it because it seemed quite an interesting map. I think it's designed for multiplayer, and it's designed for there to be 16 players on 4 farms, so 4 players on each farm. There's 4 islands, all exactly the same, exact same size, dimensions, same fields, same layouts, got their own sell points, BGAs and everything. So each farm can be allocated an island, and they're all the same, so nobody's sort of discriminated against. And then in the middle there's like another big island, which I think has got some big fields on it. It's got the shop and some of the other common elements, but those fields are kind of, I think, are supposed to be like awarded to farms when they reach certain milestones or when they complete certain tasks. It's a bit like really a competitive like challenge map. The only problem I have with it when I looked at it is that all the flipping documentation, all the signage in game, all the info is all in German. Again, there's no like English, so when you log into the map for the first time and you spawn at the store, there's like a signpost place there which supposedly gives you all the instructions on what you're supposed to do on the map, but it's in German and I don't obviously speak German, so I don't have no idea. Also, I booted the map up obviously in single player in new farmer mode, and when you load in for the first time, you own every bit of land already. You start with all the map owned. However, you don't have any buildings, you don't have a farm, any silos, you don't have any machinery, any equipment. You know, you literally just spawn at the store, but you own everything on the map. Now, there's a quick way of making money. If you click on the water that's all around the map, around all the islands and everything, you can sell that land off, and that gets you 18 million in money. So then you can start buying your equipment and start putting your placeables down and that. But it's a 4X map, so each of the islands is quite big for each of the farms and the placeable areas. The map obviously has, from what I had a quick look at it last night, has a couple of issues on it. It doesn't support the terrain painting type function, so in a lot of areas where there is grass or big grass areas on the map, no grass actually grows on it. It's just the texture. You haven't got grass sewn on it, and when you go into the terrain tool and paint over it again with the grass tool, it doesn't put grass down, so that needs to be added to the map really. The map does have additional fruit types on it that you can harvest. It has a whole load of extra crops you can plant and harvest. However, I don't know what they are because, again, sadly, they're all in German. Belgium, so I have no idea what the crops actually are, the extra crops actually are. I just know there's a lot of them. But that causes a problem as well. You have to use the in-game vanilla vehicles for certain aspects because it doesn't work well with mods. And one of the big ones I notice it doesn't tend to work well with is seeders and planters. So, for example, I use obviously all of Stevie's planters, seeders, all his mods. And one of the things Stevie does, obviously, is he goes in and manually sets what they can plant, so that basically all his seeders stroke planters can plant all the crops. You know, so you only technically have to buy one machine. You don't need a seeder and a planter. They're, you know, pretty much universal with Stevie's mods. But because of that, because he sets the what it can plant manually, it doesn't obviously allow you to plant the extra fruits and crops that the custom map adds. Because what the mod author of the map has done, he's added those fruit types to the map's fill types XML, and he's added it to like the seeder specialization function, planter specialization function, and a few other different bits and bobs within the map XML. So as long as you use vanilla vehicles, you're fine. You can plant all the different crop types and stuff, harvest the crop types and stuff, and transport the crop types and stuff. However, if you're using mods and like to use mods like I do, a lot of things like trailers, harvesters, and as I say, the seeders, planters, if they're not actually using the default like game specializations for the vehicles, it doesn't work with the additional fruits and fill types, which is a bit of a shame. It also doesn't work, it's not compatible with course players. I found out when I first tried to load the map up and load my entire mod list. As soon as I got in game and course play popped up to initially scan all the fields and give you the option to choose whether or not you want to pay your workers wages, the map locked up and crashed the game. So yeah, it doesn't work with course play, which again makes sense because it's supposed to be a multiplayer map, so obviously you wouldn't be using course play in multiplayer because you would have players doing all the work. But I'm going to certainly have a look at it and a bit of a play around on it. It comes with some like additional buildings and weird stuff. I don't know if I've got them installed, have I? They might be installed. I don't know, I might not have enabled them on this map. I might not have enabled them. Don't think I have. There's some additional, like, there's like, the mod comes with a load of different placeables, like there's like solar farms, wind farms, there's like a whole like greenhouse complex system, like actual nice looking houses. They're not actual farmhouses, you can't spawn at them and sleep at them, but they're like houses with like gardens and stuff that the person's gone to the trouble of decorating that you can put down, and they all generate a little bit of like income, like per day for you. Again, I think the idea of the map is, with it being a multiplayer and it's supposed to be like a competitive map, is the idea is that people are supposed to, the different farms and teams are supposed to obviously farm and harvest all their crops on their field, build up their money, and when they can, buy these different placeables and put them down on the map. And obviously it becomes like an achievement for them, and obviously the farm which places the most of the placeables ultimately wins. I think is how it's done. And as I say, the island in the middle where they have the main, like, they have like the shop for buying all the all your vehicles and stuff. That's got the fields around it where the placeables are supposed to be placed, and there are signs telling you which placeables are supposed to go into which fields, like the wind farm, the solar farm, the greenhouses, the houses, and there's a few other bits and pieces as well in there in the mod. I might do a video on it actually, have a quick look at it and show you it, because it's an interesting concept. I also was looking at the Don Diego map last night. I loaded that up because that's had an update to 1.6, and again that's another map that's got different field types and fruit types and extra things you can plant and harvest and stuff. Again, sadly, a lot of that is in foreign language, so I don't actually know what it is. I don't know what the crops actually are. And again, if you use modded planters, seeders and certain other vehicles, you can't use them with the additional fruits. You have to use the vanilla vehicles, and again it's a 4 times map, so big fields, big areas to work. Can be a little bit, I think, maybe frustrating working out with vanilla vehicles at vanilla speeds and capacities. For a single player, obviously, again for multiplayer with multiple people playing, multiple farmers working at the same time, I think that's what the map's encoded for, and it, you know, probably works really well for that. But yeah, I'm kind of looking around. To try and figure out what my next map's going to be, because as I say, we're at a point now where I'm approaching 100 episodes in Fenton Forest, and it would be nice for me to have something else, to maybe have another map started and running that maybe I can alternate, rather than uploading Fenton Forest videos every day, 7 days a week. Go to a system where Fenton Forest becomes every other day, and I alternate between 2 maps, this map and another one. And it gives a bit more variety on the channel, doesn't it? Because I can understand if people don't like the Fenton Forest map and aren't fans of it, it is a bit, maybe they perhaps don't want to watch the videos. So it'd be nice to offer those people something different, another map to potentially watch me play on. As I say, I've toyed with the idea of maybe starting a multiplayer server and getting one rented and hosted by one of those companies that sells servers and stuff. It's not cheap. I thought it was going to be a lot cheaper than it was for a game like this to have a server, because it's not, you don't have a lot of players. You can only have 16 players max on PC. So I thought, you know, it wouldn't be too expensive a month to rent a server. But it turns out, on a lot of the sites I've been on, it is still very expensive. We're talking, you know, getting towards sort of like, you know, averaging between about £15 and £20 a month to rent a server. That's a lot for me. It's a heck of a lot for me to pay out to do that. I mean, I know I could host my own server, a dedicated server on my streaming rig, my old PC, but the old PC is obviously old, and I don't know how well it would work. Whether it might get a bit laggy if we get lots of players on the map and lots of equipment and stuff like that, because it's an old 3rd core i7 processor in my old PC and a GTX 780 Ti graphics card, I think, and it's only like 16 gig of RAM, and it's not amazing RAM at that. It's not high speed RAM or anything. I mean, I've hosted ARC servers and that on it, so it should potentially work okay. I think when I did my tests earlier on in the year, when I think, was it the Jones Dairy Farm map, and I was hosting that, a server on that, hoping that maybe people who, when I was streaming on Twitch, hoping that people viewing the stream might want to hop in and join and play alongside me whilst I was streaming, but I didn't get many offers or takers, so I kind of stopped. But I did notice the server did get a bit laggy, but I think that was mainly because I was streaming to Twitch at the same time as obviously trying to connect to that PC and from my gaming PC and play. So the stream using the same obviously internet connection. My stream and network, my streaming rig was obviously trying to upload the game, the server information to the World Wide Web. At the same time I was trying to upload me streaming the game to Twitch, whilst at the same time I was trying to obviously upload my own connection to the server. Right, that field is done. So that didn't take too long to barley harvest. As I say, let's have a look. How are we doing in the silo? So I sold off one of the farm shops. You may have noticed, obviously, you definitely noticed that at the start of the video, where I've placed all my production facilities. I didn't need, so there's only the one down near the port. And the reason I sold that off, because obviously I've manually added in the extra sell point options for different things. I didn't really need an additional farm shop. I can sell cotton loose now at the ports if I need to, as well as the farm shop. So barley, we've got a little bit of. You know what, I'm going to go put it in the main silo, and then I'm going to take a trailer load of wheat, because we've got a lot of wheat. I'm going to take that up, put it in the seed maker. Let's make some more seed. I've still got plenty of fertiliser in there, I think. I could also do with maybe taking some manure or digestate or something. And filling up the one and getting some more fertiliser on the make. Right, he's done. Go put this harvester back. Don't think any other fields have hit. Ooh, look at that. Sugar beets now want their tops taking off. They want harvesting. I can do that. I can do a sugar beet harvest. We've got the new improved super duper harvester. Sugar beet harvester, the super duper awesome Uber. Sugar beet harvester is down at the store already. So what I will do, I need to get the straw picked up off that field. So I was going to set a worker up to cultivate the field, but I need to get the straw done first. What I'll do is put the harvester away. We'll quickly do the silo. My frame rate is weird today. It's like 30 frames. I'm not getting anywhere near 60 really. I wonder if that's because I've changed my graphics settings. I've not got GeForce. No, don't want to unfold that. I want to unfold that if anything. Now I need me truck. So this can go in the silo, and then we'll take some wheat over and put in the seed station, and then we'll sugar beet. We probably need the distinction for that really, because there's going to be a lot of sugar beet. Coming off that field. Oh yeah, I might need to go back and revisit my graphic settings because I'm killing me frame rate at the minute. I think I've got the load distance, like the object spawning thing, a bit high. I think I've got it set to like, the game maxes out at 200% via the settings menu, by the actual in-game options. However, if you go and edit the XML file, you can crank that up. So I think I've got everything, like the LOD object, clip distance and all that sort of stuff. I think I've got everything cranked up to 300% or 400%, and I think that's way too high, especially whilst I'm recording. So I may have to go and revisit those settings and turn them down. What I was trying to do is see how I got rid of that, you know, that issue I was having in the other video where, like, I was getting that line just in front of vehicles where the textures were changing from, like, low res to, like, high quality, and it was, like, really close to the vehicles and it didn't look very nice. I was trying to fix that issue, but I appear to have tanked my frame rate by exactly half. So I don't know how well this video is going to look once I've rendered it and stuff, because I'm still trying to... Shadowplay is still recording at 60 frames per second, even though the game isn't in 60 frames per second. And also for this video, I've tried to see if I can fix the issue I've been having with the audio just lately, where I seem to be running up against the buffer. So I've dropped the bit rate down for the recording. I normally record at about 36 megabits per second quality. I've dropped it down to 24. Obviously when I render it in the videos in Vegas for uploading to YouTube, I render at about 8 megabits or 10 megabits. Because obviously YouTube downscales everything anyway and compresses the heck out of everything, so it's no good uploading stuff too high on YouTube, because it re-encodes everything anyway. And if you have your bit rate too high anyway on your video, it just means you're going to end up with a huge file that you've got to sit and wait for it to upload. So if your internet connection's a bit rubbish on your upload, you sat there for ages waiting for the video to upload. And then of course, if you've encoded your video at a real high, ridiculous bit rate, it takes longer for YouTube to process it and condense it down into their own codec or whatever that they use. So this video is going to be a bit of a tester, although I'm still seeing a little bit of that line change. It's there, look. I'm just seeing it now as I go through them shadows. It might be shadow quality, where the shadows change from low res to high res. In which case I can fix that by making the shadows low res across the whole game and not have that change, just keep the shadows fixed at low res. It just means that when you look at the shadows on the vehicles, they'll have, you know, much fuzzier edges, and sort of ghosty looking edges. Whereas right now, obviously, they're a bit quite sharp and quite dark. They'll go a little bit more sort of grey and transparent near the edges. They'll be a bit fuzzier on the outside, but it means I would fix that issue, and then it means I can drop the other settings back down because they have no effect on it whatsoever, and I'll get my frame rate back up to 60. Because right now I'm at 27 according to the overlay on Shadow Play, so that's not good. This video is probably going to look a bit jerky. I'll fix that for the next recording. We're at 35 minutes anyway, so I'm potentially only going to record for another 20 minutes, which means I'm going to barely get that Sugar Beet Harvest started. But anyway, we'll get some more seed made. I need to, as I say, get some more fertiliser made at some point. Bring a load of digestate down and chuck in that thing. We've been spending money. We're down to 3 million again. We was over at 6 million at one point, weren't we? I think I'll go up here. Field 14, I think it was. It 14? I think it's 14 that we've got the sugar beets planted on. Got potatoes on this one. Sugar cane, no, sugar cane's on 14. So what field is it on this side then? 13 is it? 13. Field 13 has the sugar beets. Fair enough. Right, leaving part there. We'll run back to the shop. There was a fuel place up here, wasn't there? Could have sworn there was like a little fuel refill place. Might be a bit further up. Might be near field 16 is where I think I've seen it. But like I say, yeah, it'd be nice if you could go there and sell biodiesel, your diesel from the production place. Right, we colour coded these. So the brown header is for potatoes, the pink header is for the sugar beets. And obviously I've got the manual attachment mod turned off now, so I don't have to worry about the hoses and connections and stuff like that. The reason I turned it off is because the trigger point for connecting all that stuff just needs some work. Unless I can actually connect all that stuff from actually standing in the right place, actually looking at the area where the stuff connects, I'm not going to use it. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes no sense to me if I was trying to attach that header to this truck, this vehicle, and I was trying to attach, you can't really see because it's folded up. If I was trying to attach the hoses in there to the machine and attach like the PTO to the header, I should have to be here to do it. You know, that makes sense to me. If I'm trying to connect this header to this harvester, I need to be stood here to connect all the bits and pieces up. It makes no sense to me that the only way I can connect the bits up is if I'm stood back here. That doesn't make sense to me, and like I say, until that gets fixed and improved, I'm not going to use the manual attachment mod. Right, we'll unfold the harvester. Once it's unfolded, I can pipe it out. And then I can play around, get that pipe position where I want it, which is more or less where that's all about there. We'll unfold the header. Look at this bad boy. We'll lower the header, switch the machine on, and I'm going to do my sugar beet harvesting. Again, if I press Alt and C, I can turn off the guidance steering line. I need to go into course play and turn off obviously the mini HUD thing, so I get rid of that no course loaded message at the bottom of the screen. Look at that, isn't that a more effective way of harvesting sugar beets? No longer having to do 58 million passes of a field with a 2-metre header. I think the only slight problem perhaps with it is the fact that the harvester fills up that quickly. By the time I get down the end of each row, I'm going to need to unload. I'm going to have to unload every single row on this field, which doesn't bode well when I come to do the potatoes in future, because the potatoes are going to want just as much harvesting. They'll fill up quicker because they take up more space. Right, I need to find me distinction. There we go. Oh, we're going to fill up with some potatoes. Not potatoes, sugar beets. This is sugar beet field. This ain't potatoes. I'm getting confused. I'm getting ahead of myself. Potatoes will be coming fairly soon. That'll probably be the next thing we have to harvest. Now, I mentioned as well at the time when I bought this harvester and these headers, the reason why I like these quite a lot is for what you're about to see. I want to unload this into this bin. Look at that lot. No collision on the header. So you can still unload without worrying about bumping the truck and the harvester, or crashing your truck and trailer. Obviously some people won't like that. I can imagine someone like Farmer Klein would do a YouTube review video and complain about the lack of collision on the header and how it's not realistic, but you know, at the end of the day, we're trying to make this game fun to play and speed up the harvesting of some of these annoying crops. So we're going to suspend belief at this point in the series now, and the realism aspect can just be temporarily ignored for certain aspects. We're going to use a lot. We're going to end up filling this machine, emptying this machine quite a bit. Probably should have started the Sugar Beet Harvest in a separate episode, and then I'd probably need to time lapse it anyway, looking at it. Because, ouch. Right, let me back in. Right, if I turn off that HUD message thing while I'm here. I can probably hire a worker to assist me with this next bit. Worker is hired. This is Helper Helgi. Another Helper Helgi look. Oh, crap. What have I done? Alt V. Need to go back down here. There we go. Yeah, Helper Helgi. Oh, bad luck, Helgi. You're a woman again. Oh. So we've got Helper Helgi down here, who's a woman. And we've got Helper Helgi up here, who's a woman. I'm not judging. Not judging. Also, Helgi, you've missed a load of sugar beets down there. Book your ideas up, sunshine. Otherwise you won't be coming back to work on this farm again. Better get ready to unload it. See what, we haven't got any sugar beets. No, it's sugar cane that I haven't got any of at the minute. Because I sold all the sugar cane. Completely emptied our silo. So I don't know whether I'm going to sell these or take them to the farm and use them for potentially pig food. Now he's going to miss a strip though, sadly. I also sadly do a little bit of crop destruction because of this, because obviously he lifts the head up but still rolls forward, so he misses a strip. So as I drive to empty it and drive through the header, I sadly destroy the little bit of crop directly under the header. There's nothing you can do about that, but we've got nearly 200,000 litres of sugar beets in 2 passes. What little bit we squish under the wheels of the truck doesn't really make a great deal of difference, does it? Right, so first trailer load then. Where are we going to sell this? Let's have a look. I've got 399,000. No, I haven't. I've got 235,000 litres of sugar beets in the silo at the minute. I think who's offering a good price. Southeast isn't. Neither is the farm shop. Nearest what place to me is probably... Grain Mill is up there. Fenton Mill's down there. So Fenton Mill is offering 372. We will take these to the Fenton Mill then. In fact, actually, it's right here next to me. Perfect spot. $22,794 from the harvest income. This is a full bin though, this one, so I should get more for this bin. More crop destruction coming up. empty. So literally we get a trailer, or should I say a bin full of sugar beets from every row on this field. That's quite interesting. Yeah. So 2 passes on the field gives us a full trailer load of sugar beets, which we have to go and sell. And it's a big field. So we're going to make a bit of money off of this one. Prices are still going up nicely. Oh no, actually I was looking at it wrong. No, don't sell them at the Fenton mill because the price is rubbish. Sell it at the grain mill. It's €324. I was looking at the price for potatoes. Okay, my next trailer load I'll make more money from then, because I will sell it to the right place. Although that Fenton mill is conveniently placed, it's got the wrong price. I should have checked that better, shouldn't I? Anyway, how's other Helgi getting on in the proto? Reasonably okay by the looks of it. As I say, apologies for the frame rate. I will fix that for the next episode. Anyway, we are now at about 53 minutes into this episode, so I'm going to call it to an end. Don't worry, the next episode will pick up right where this one has finished, so we'll get the rest of that sugar beet harvest done in the next episode and get that crop sold and what have you. This field will then be fertilised and then reseeded. And we'll also get the straw picked up on field 3. And then I can fertilise and cultivate that field. So thank you for watching today's episode. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please remember to go ahead and click your likes. Leave your comments, questions, suggestions and feedback in the comment section down below. And also make sure you've pressed that subscribe button and you'll subscribe to the channel. I've been CWATTYESO. This has been the Fenton Forest map here in Farming Simulator 19 by Stevie. It's goodbye for now.